demanding that he fulfill his repeated campaign promise to confront Big Pharma and demand Medicare negotiate lower drug prices. I gave your staff a list of 6 ways to lower drug prices that could really go a long way to helping repair rather than replace Obamacare. Second would be asking him if he would sign a comprehensive immigration reform bill matching the one that was passed in the Senate. Now that Obama is gone, there's no reason for House Republicans to obstruct a comprehensive immigration reform bill, and maybe that could lessen some of the crackdowns that are imminent or happening. Third is possibly suggesting to him alternative nominees for Secretary of Housing who are both African American and know something about housing. The only thing he knows about housing is that he lives in it. That way his name could be withdrawn and someone else who knows what they're doing could be put in. And then fourth is, I know your family has been touched by gun violence, and I'm a member of God Before Guns and Greater Good Congregations and working very hard on this issue. I just wonder if people could share their personal stories with Donald Trump about how gun violence has affected them and see if he would support a repeal of the TR Amendment. Because he's all about law and order, and this is preventing police from, creating law and order. So that might be one area where he would be willing to make his NRA friends unhappy and do something. But I think if you have personal stories, I mean, it's heartbreaking to me to every day look at the paper and see another innocent person in Cleveland was murdered for no reason. Nobody can find who did it. It's a slaughter. And I think that what happens is that we're all suffering from PTSD. This is a war. This is a war in our country right now, every day. And our kids cannot grow up to be using their full intelligence when they all have PTSD from so many people dying every day.
Well, thank you. We are in the process of trying to schedule a meeting. Right after he was so embarrassed by the reporter, his office called us immediately. So we are in the process of trying to set up the meeting. But let me just say a couple of things. We do have a list, and I'd be happy to give your suggestions as to what should be on our list as well. But Donald Trump does believe in law and order, but he doesn't believe in justice. Right. Sessions is problem. He believes in law and order, but law and order is not always fair. But I am going to take these issues because I think it's important, and I think you're right on all 4. So when we get back next week, we'll put together our list for the meeting with the president, and I'll make sure you're on the list.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. He said, make sure I invite Freddie Douglas. Guys, we went to high school together.
Leon Hines, Shaker, East Cleveland, Maple Heights. 38 years in education, teaching history. And I looked around in this room before I go any further, and I think the only test we had to take was make sure that we got out of high school, ACT, SAT, and then any other advanced things. So we're over-testing our children. We are over-testing our children. And she talked about PS, whatever it is. Too much drama, basically, and our children are on the forefront of that in the educational annals. Also, I'd like to thank your staff for working so diligently with East Cleveland over the past 3 years. Don't ever, people always think you come to the party late. But I just want to thank your staff.
Let my staff stand.
Yes, please. And with that being said, we know that the EPA now is under fire. And inside of Cleveland, Ohio, based on the federal dollars that we have been spending on demolishing homes inside of this city, and then finding a location for it to be placed. Not only in East Cleveland is it being placed, but it's also being placed all through the county. If you ride around 480 and get off on Broadway, you will see a large land dump. If you get off down by the valley, I don't know, the shopping center on down, wherever it is, there's a dumping ground there. And so I understand the constraints that our Congresswoman is under. But it is up to the community, the people. And I'm turning around to you guys, because it's really our responsibility to stand up and give her the power to handle her business. So, being said with that, I can clown all day, so I'll be gone. But I appreciate you, Congresswoman, and I appreciate your staff, because we know how hard you work. At least I do. So thank you.
Thank you. Let me say something about the testing. For those of you who are not aware, when we, in a bipartisan way, passed ESSA 2 years ago, it's almost 2 years now, we reduced the numbers of tests, at least demanded by the federal government, to 3. Any more than 3 tests is coming from the state of Ohio, because they're the ones who added on all these tests. It's not us. It's not the federal government. It's the state. So if you think young people now are being over-tested, and I think that you're absolutely right. We have over-tested our young people for far too long. But now you have to go back to your state legislatures, because they're the ones who are adding these additional tests.
My name is Deborah Edson. I'm from Cleveland, just a regular, ordinary citizen. First of all, thank you. As an American and as a woman, you make me proud.
Thank you.
And I just would like to say I was not paid to be here. I've never been much of a political person, just a regular citizen. There are so many things about this administration that are terrifying. And one thing that, a lot of things keep me up at night, but I would like to ask what you can do, and what we can do to make sure that there's not just an investigation into the collusion between this administration and Russia, but I'm sorry, I'm nervous and I'm losing my train of thought. But not just an investigation, but an independent, bipartisan, full investigation. It's entirely possible that the President of the United States of America has committed treason. I won't release his tax returns.
Right, yeah, that tax thing is an issue. But let me just say, Jason Chaffetz, who I'm sure you all have read something about. Jason is the chairman of the Oversight Committee. Jason and I came to Congress together. We were classmates. And so I